First off, a lot of you guys started messaging me stating that Candace Owens actually gave me a shout out on her show. So I checked it out today, and yeah, her show did give me a shout out. It wasn't actually Candace Owens, it was her guest, Bassem Youssef, mentioning that Candace Owens previously mentioned me. I thought I'd just show you guys the clip. I think it's kind of fun. I'm just glad that the messaging is getting out more than anything. I think that's what's most important. So this happened today, and then I didn't really know until a few of you guys mentioned me, stating that Bassem Youssef gave me a shout out on his interview with Candace Owens today. So here's just a short clip of it.
A shout out to Wali Rashid. You actually brought a video from him in your show before about the little malls, the little Israeli nodes in the malls, if you remember. Yeah, like little spy nodes in the US malls.
That's right.
So this is like 3 examples how this guy lies intentionally. He lies with purpose. He knows exactly what he's saying.
And he's talking about the Israeli official that's lying by manipulating things that are coming out from the Palestinian side. So what he's referring to there, that he didn't, that was kind of hard to understand, is that Candace Owens previously made a video of mine. She previously shared one of my shorts where I talked about how Israelis are literally spying on Americans. And back in the early 2000s, they actually spied on Americans and used mall kiosks as front companies while they were on intelligence gathering operations. This was especially prevalent back in malls around 9/11 on the East Coast. So you would have these Israelis coming in droves, and for Israelis to come to the US on visas, they needed to show some sort of work reason. So they would say that they're coming here on a work visa, and they would all say that they're working on those, kiosks in the malls, a lot of them being the Dead Sea Scrolls, or stating that they're working for these thing called Puzzle Car and Zoomcopter, these little toys that you would see at the malls. And they would work there, however long they needed as a front company, while the truth of the matter is they weren't actually there working at these kiosks at all. What they were really there for was to spy on intelligence buildings, the DEA, the Department of Homeland Security, and they would consistently spy and gather intelligence for the state of Israel. This was previously reported on an entire news segment aired this, and I made a whole video on it. You guys could probably scroll back, and I'll make sure to try to tag it somewhere here in the description. But she brought it out. So that was, she brought it up and she shared it, and it was shocking for her. Joe Rogan also shared that same clip. So it was really cool to see that people are finally starting to kind of wake up to just how crazy Israeli spying operations are within the United States. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool today. Other thing that happened today, and this one really irked me because I did want to make 6 more videos for you guys today. I made 6 total today. I was trying to aim for 12 today since I missed 6 yesterday. And I didn't because of Upscrolled. And the reason that I didn't because of Upscrolled today is, well, because the app is really starting to go viral today. And because the app is starting to go viral today, I was kind of like, I was on X. I initially heard about this app, and then immediately some of my friends on X started DMing me talking about this app, and it's a Palestinian-owned app. And one of my friends, Guy Christensen, you guys know him. He's the guy with the curly hair. He's been banned off a lot of platforms. He's on X. And he's staunchly, really supportive of Palestine. And he was like, hey, do you want to help out with this app? And I was like, sure. He tossed me in a Signal group chat with a few other content creators. And they're like, hey, let's really push this app so that way we can get people off of TikTok and off this Larry Ellison BS. So I was like, okay, cool. Decided to go ahead and just really help promote. Literally, no, I'm not making any money off of this at all. I wish. I'm not making anything off of it, but I was like, honestly, I really want to just punch Larry Ellison in the face. So anything I can do to bring down the billionaires, I'm all for. Gung-ho, let's do it. So I was going off today on a Twitter rampage, just tweeting tweet after tweet after tweet from these Zionist accounts that are going after this app, making up lies. Total lies, by the way. And this is what I noticed. And then I started working with other people, and they were telling me about the downfall of the founder of Telegram and what the founder of Telegram had to deal with as a warning for Upscrolled. And what I mean by that is they were telling me, these individuals, these other content creators with large platforms, connecting me to coders and developers and cybersecurity experts. And what these cybersecurity experts and coders and everybody else was saying is that the founder of Upscrolled was actually attacked by state-level information warfare on Telegram, where they would put explicit bot farm accounts that are illegal, and state-sponsored information warfare would flood Telegram with these accounts in the effort that those states in which that the founder of Telegram resides could then be sued on the statute that he is spreading and disseminating explicit content or illegal content, with explicit being a very broad term, and you can just imagine how illegal things can get and the sort of disgusting content that you can push on these apps. So there's a state-sponsored information warfare campaign that they will do, and when I say they, I very much so mean Israel in a lot of these statements, would do to basically take down accounts, social media apps that are really starting to take off, and they would destroy them by flooding their accounts with explicit bot farms. I read this, and I was hearing about this, and I was talking about this on the phone today, and I was like, this is truly satanic. This is disgusting. This is disgusting, and it's satanic. So luckily that didn't happen. Luckily that didn't happen so far for Upscrolled, but everybody's now preparing for it and is like, okay, what do we have to do? We have to have a cybersecurity thing going on right now. We have to, we really have to make sure that we're tracking these bots that are coming out, because all of a sudden now, I'm not too much of a coder on the coder side of things, but what I do know is I was being told all of a sudden now they're getting basically mass spam, getting mass spams coming out from random areas. And you could tell when something is like just one individual like me or something making spam accounts versus state-sponsored spam. State-sponsored spam, you're getting tens of thousands of bots attacking an app all at once. That's state-sponsored spam. That's not coming from somebody's like laptop. You know what I mean? This is a whole entire network. And that's what the Israelis are doing with Upscrolled now. That's what they're trying to do. There's preparation to figure out how the hell do you deal with a state-sponsored information warfare. And this is what I'm saying, guys, and it really irked me today. I was like tweeting, trying to figure out, okay, let's get as many people as possible, and then how the hell do we deal with this? How the hell do we deal with this? And I'm telling you guys as my subscribers, because, I like consider us a little bit closer, even though I haven't met any of you guys, but I appreciate the subscription. I'm looking at this and I'm like, holy shit. There's really no level of depravity that they won't go. There's really no level of depravity. The whole reason I'm really big on this Upscrolled thing is because I want to just shove it to Larry Ellison. I really want to punch Larry Ellison in the face, really do. And I metaphysically punch him in the face. And I'm sick of these billionaires always winning. I'm so sick of these billionaires always winning. I'm so sick of it infuriates me. It infuriates me how it feels like there's no hope in the world. And I know a lot of other people, including Guy Christensen, who I was talking to, were like, dude, the world feels hopeless. Like, truly, it feels like we are, I feel like, and I've said this before, I feel like after, John F. Kennedy was a parallel universe in a way. His assassination was a parallel universe where the world could have went in one direction where he wasn't assassinated and the Israel lobby did register and Israel was reeled in, or it could have went another way, a darker way where he was assassinated. I feel like we went the second way. And I feel like ever since that split, I feel like we're just going down a further darker and darker path. And I don't know how the hell do we get off this train. So I'm like, we have to try to fight these like elite. We have to fight the elites. We have to fight the elites with all we got. I mean, I'm 29. If I could live my life doing one thing I'm passionate about, fighting the elites, I'm all the way. Let's take on the whole damn system. I'm ready. So that's what happened today. And now we're trying to get a lot of people together because, again, Upscrolled is literally just a group of like 5 people. I'm not kidding. It's like 2 developers. They have a few other people, but it's like a team of 5. So this team of 5 now is getting overwhelmed. Some guy made a video today that was wrong. He made a video stating that Upscrolled is going to censor content. It was wrong. That guy was an advisor. He had no role to say anything like that. So then there had to be PR stuff that they had to do because some guy decided to say something he shouldn't have said. And this is kind of where we're at now. I hope the app does well. I'm really going to be fighting for it. And guess what? If it doesn't, there's something else that's going to be planned in the future that's going to be even better. I'm sure of it. Because what I'm starting to realize, and I was also telling one of my other content creator friends this too. I was telling actually Guy Christensen and a few others. And I was saying, dude, across my platforms, I have 300,000 followers across all of my other, all of my social media platforms, which is really not much for the grand scheme of things when you think of all these other creators across my Instagram and TikTok and whatever. Guy Christensen, he has a few million across his, so he's much bigger than me. And I was telling him, I'm like, dude, two of us, we're not going to be able to have a global impact. But if there were 50 or 100 or 200 influencers or content creators, all with the same level of dedication and vision that we have, we could shift global affairs. I was like, dude, these media outlets like Reuters and everything else, they have individual reaches of a few million every day. I'm like, what if we just got 200 content creators together that truly have the same vision in mind, that are not bought out, and we can take on the mainstream media. And I've been pushing Guy on this, and I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, we have to figure something out. I don't know how we do it. We're both kind of broke, not broke, but we're just getting by. And so we don't have the money there, but I'm like, dude, if we really had a really good idea and we wanted to take on the system, I bet you people would support us. And I hope I hope we figure something out. Because it got me fired up. I'll tell you that. I didn't end up doing those 6 videos today. I didn't end up hitting 12 videos today. I did 6. But I'm doing this video, and it did get me really fired up and motivated to just like really take take people on. So, that's what I wanted to say there. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about today was censorship. And it's the same kind of thing. I'm really getting sick of using hate speech as a crux to censor content. And I'm saying this as a Palestinian. I get hate speech I get hate comments all the time in my comments. I don't really care. They called me like a goat. You can just imagine what they call Palestinians. I really don't care. I'm going to be honest, guys. The worse off the comment is, the funnier I think it is, and I always tend to screenshot it and send it to my friends and see if they can one up it. Like, I really don't care. I really don't care. I think it's funny. I really think it's funny. I don't think anything can get under my skin based on words. I think it's quite hilarious. And the fact that there are people out there that don't view things that way and instead get so offended, tell me it's more of an insecurity thing on their part. And the censorship of it is going to harm everybody. So I say, leave everything up, whether it criticizes me or anybody else. Leave it up. Let the people decide. Incitement of violence? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm fine with people hating on me, but if there's a whole mob saying, let's go, get after that guy and do something to him, absolutely not. But otherwise, free speech is free speech. And what the hell is going on to where we have to censor everything? It's only going to hurt everybody at the end, because ultimately we're going to let too many nefarious things keep going on. They're not going to stop. So that's really it for this video, guys. I hope you found it interesting. I'd appreciate it. Well, actually, you guys are all already subscribed if you're watching this video. So if you want to super gifts and chats, help me out. It keeps me doing this as a full-time job for you guys. But otherwise, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This was more of just a personal rant of the day. But it kind of does have to do with news and media content. I'm just kind of telling you guys honestly what's going on the back end. So hope